White Maiden, Germany. Once during the noon of a midsummer day, a young noble was hunting in a valley. He was tired after chasing his game and sat in the shadow of an old abandoned castle. He wished he could have some wine. Just then, a beautiful maiden appeared before him from the castle. She was bearing in her hands a huge silver beaker of antique form, full of wine. She was fair, with long hair and loving eyes. The young noble fell in love with her just at the first sight. She offered him the wine. He drank it all. After this, she disappeared into the castle. The young noble rushed inside the castle, but it was all ivy covered, and neither the maiden nor any other living soul was there inside. He returned back disappointed. Since then, he always remained sad. Again and again, he visited the castle, but never found the maiden. Grief-stricken and feeble, he once lay at the entrance of the castle when the maiden once again appeared before him. He stretched forth his hands, and they both hugged each other. The White Maiden and the noble were never seen again. The Old Man and His Rooster, Rome. There was once an old couple. The husband owned a rooster while his wife owned a hen. The hen laid many eggs, but the old woman never gave any egg to her husband, saying that he should beat his rooster so that he might lay eggs for him. The old man gave his rooster a sound thrashing, hoping to get some eggs. But the rooster was unable to bear the thrashing, so he ran away. But someone caught him and put him in his treasure box. The rooster swallowed all the gold coins from his treasury and escaped. He came back to the old man and shook out a pile of gold coins. The old man, in his delight, kissed the rooster. When his wife saw the gold coins, she asked her husband to give her a few gold coins. But the old man refused to give any, saying that she should beat her hen so that she might bring gold coins for her. The old woman soon began to beat her hen. She beat her till she was dead. So the old woman remained poor while the old man became very rich. Mr. Vinegar, England. Once there lived Mr. and Mrs. Vinegar in a glass bottle. One day, when Mr. Vinegar was away from home, Mrs. Vinegar was busy sweeping her house when an unlucky thump of the broom broke in the vinegar bottle. In an agony of grief, she rushed to meet her husband and told him what had happened. The couple then went to a thick forest. They both were tired and fell asleep. Next morning, they found a number of gold coins. Using them, Mr. Vinegar bought a cow so that Mrs. Vinegar might make butter and cheese, which he could sell in the market and they could live comfortably. But on his way, he saw that a bagpiper was making good money by playing his bagpipe. Mr. Vinegar greedily exchanged his cow for the bagpipe, but when he tried to play a tune, people laughed at him. Instead of giving him money, his fingers grew very cold, and so he exchanged his bagpipe for a pair of gloves. At last, he grew very tired while traveling back to his wife. He had to exchange his gloves with a walking stick and returned to his wife empty-handed. Why flies bother cows? Nigeria. The Queen of Calabar used to give big feasts to all the domestic animals, but never invited the wild beasts. At one feast, there were 3 large tables. She told the cow to sit at the head of the table and share out the food. The first course was passed, which the cow shared out amongst the people. But the cow forgot the tiny fly, who himself called out to the cow to give him his share. But the cow said, "Be quiet, you must have patience." When the second course arrived, the fly again called out to the cow, but the cow told the fly that he would get food later. At last, all the dishes were finished, and the fly was given no supper by the cow. Next day, the fly complained to the queen, who decided that as the cow had presided at the feast and had not given the fly his share, in the future the fly could always get his food from the cow's eyes wherever she went. So even at the present time, wherever cows are, flies can always be seen feeding off their eyes in accordance with the queen's orders.
Thanks for watching. Do like, share, subscribe to Sahil Book House.